Not all of God's silence means He's not there. And not every no from God means He's rejecting you. Sometimes God says no to protect you. Other times He says no to send you in a different direction. And there are times when God's no is actually a not yet, wrapped in wisdom that only time will show. But the big truth is this: someone who truly trusts God needs to learn to accept His no's with the same thankfulness they celebrate His yeses. Because God's no is never empty. It carries within it protection, a way out, an escape route from something our eyes can't see. God isn't just interested in making you happy. He's committed to your eternal future. That's why, when He closes a door, don't just cry because you couldn't go in. Give Him glory for what He stopped you from experiencing without you even knowing the danger. It's hard to accept no, especially when we've already put our hopes, feelings, plans, and even prayers into that request. But spiritual maturity shows up when we say, God, even if it's not what I want, I accept what's best for me. This attitude changes everything, because God doesn't answer based on how much we insist, but based on His own power and authority. And He knows where every yes would lead us, just as He knows what every no is saving us from. Have you ever thought about what would happen if everything you prayed for came true? How many things would you have called a miracle and over time found out it was a trap? That's why God's no is an act of love. He says no because He loves you too much to let you live outside of His plan for you. He says no because He doesn't want you to build castles in the sand, but on the firm rock of His will. Accepting God's no is the greatest proof of trust someone can give to heaven. When you learn to rest even without understanding, you're saying, God, I don't get it now, but I know your ways are higher than mine. That is faith. Faith isn't believing everything will happen the way you want. Faith is believing that everything God allows or prevents will work together for your good. The story of many men and women in the Bible was marked by God's interruptions. Moses didn't enter the promised land. David didn't build the temple. Paul had a thorn in his flesh that God refused to take away. Jesus asked for the cup to pass, and the Father remained silent. And yet, in all these no's, an eternal purpose was being fulfilled. So, if God told you no, don't keep pushing as if you're trying to convince heaven to change its mind. Instead, get on your knees and say, Lord, help me understand your will. Strengthen me to trust your plan. Teach me to see beyond my own desires. This is submission. This is true worship, accepting what God allows and what He prevents. And often the greatest testimony you'll carry in life won't be about answered prayers, but about denied prayers that saved you. There's deliverance hidden in that no. There's growth happening in the silence. There's glory coming from letting go. And there's victory at the end of this obedience. I declare that I accept God's no as part of His love and care for me. I declare that I am being strengthened to trust even without understanding. I declare that heaven is teaching me to know God's timing and will in all areas of my life. I declare that all frustration is being replaced by spiritual maturity. I declare that God's no is not the end. It's a redirection to something bigger and better. I declare that my heart is given over to the Father's authority. I declare that I am protected by everything God didn't allow to happen. I declare in Jesus' name that my faith does not depend on the answers I receive, but on the certainty of who my God is. Hallelujah!